Hi everyone, welcome in. Welcome. If you're new here, hi, my name is Josh. If you're not new here, welcome back. Thank you so much for coming back to my channel. Today we're going to be watching slash I'm going to be reacting to Cynthia Erivo replay lyrics and meaning. Genius verified by Genius, and that's on period. If I remember, and I'm 11 months late, girl, almost a year. Damn. If I remember correctly, I think I reacted to the Vivo, her performance at Vivo. And I believe it was the song replay. So, girl, let's go ahead and dive on in, shall we, girl? Let's dive on in, girl.
So used to hearing the song. What I love about the song is that it is not, I think, what anyone would expect from me. I think people are so used to hearing me sing big ballads and love songs and use the whole range of my voice. But I think there's something to that sort of repetitive, rhythmic, sort of simple melody in that it feels a little bit like a lullaby. It's more about the lyric than it is the tune. And actually, all of the tune is going on in the background. And I kind of love that.
Verified. Cynthia Erivo.
I think people see me as a really confident person all the time, but nobody really knows the journey that it's taken to get there and actually the ongoing journey that happens all the time. This is like my life in real time. Like, I go to therapy and my therapist is saying, hey, you're not very good at accepting help, so we have to figure that out. I just wanted to be really honest about my humanity. I feel like if I can share that, then other people won't feel so afraid of sharing what they feel too. You know what I mean? And it's a
Period. Girl, at the end of the day, everybody needs help. Everybody needs to talk to somebody, girl. Period. Cynthia Erivo is in therapy. Period. And see, at the end of the day, from the outside looking in, just we can't tell. It's like, girl, she looks good. She put like we never know what someone is going on. We never know what someone has going on inside of their brain and shit. Girl, period. That's right. Everyone needs therapy, child. Childhood trauma, something happened at work, something traumatic. Maybe not even something traumatic, just like you feel depressed. Like just we all need someone to talk to.
about constant growth. As a human being, I want to keep growing. I want to keep trying to be better. You know, you write about love and you write about all those things, but this sort of like came to me. It was really clear that this is what I wanted to write about, trying to be a human that is trying to grow. So when I hear the lyric or feel the lyric, immediately the best thing for me to do is just write it down. I still write in script. I still scribble. I mean, it's all lyrics. It's all, you know, that for me is the best way to get my ideas down. I think there's something about
Period.
holding a pen and seeing the words leave my fingers and into the ink and onto the page that you can see the thought process. I could never have imagined you would fall in love with me, and I can't convince myself that you would never want to leave. It's the idea that you don't feel like you deserve to be loved by a person or anyone in general, to be honest. And so in feeling that, you also, when someone does love you or when people do love you, you also are fighting the idea that they might leave. Daddy trauma has emasculated all my common sense, so I'm looking through the lens of an impending abandonment. I literally have that in my life. My dad abandoned me, and I, in it, sort of, you can't help but those big moments affect the way you see the world. And so for a long time, it always felt like a person is going to leave. That's what this first verse is about, the beginning of how the rest of the thought process comes about. It starts with abandonment. It starts with feeling like people are going to leave you. It starts with feeling like you're not good enough to be loved. It starts with that. All the voices in my head say I'm not worth the time you spend, so I search for an escape before you notice your mistake. Writing and music is completely a form of therapy for me. I feel like writing, using music, and even singing, to be honest, when they aren't necessarily my songs, gives me a place to put some of the feelings and thoughts that I haven't necessarily been able to process out loud is like an exorcism. You like get rid of the thoughts and you allow yourself to be honest about what you're actually feeling and thinking.
Yes. Period. Like music is your. I think that's pretty much everyone, almost everyone that does music. Like music is their therapy. Music helps them to. Oh my God, what's the word? What's the words? Music helps them to get their to get their thought process out to show their true, yeah, to show their true colors. Ugh, y'all, if you know, you know, y'all get what I'm trying to say. Hell, I mean, well, shit, she already said it. Shit.
I wish that I could say, oh, this mess might go away. I'm a constant work in progress, and I can't keep fears at bay. And my mind is like a record set up on auto replay, 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 on auto replay. And my mind is like a record set up on auto replay, 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 replay. And my mind is like a record set up on auto
To
replay.
replay.
I wanted to liken the way we hear music to the way our minds work. It does play on a record. Like the thoughts that you have, if you don't tend to them, will keep going around and around and around. And when you look at a record, when you listen to music, that if you don't take them off the record player, they'll just keep going around and around. But what I'm saying is that sometimes we find it hard to turn the record off. It just plays. I've been guilty of the hero complex, lend a helping hand, and I'm realizing now that I've made my own quicksand. And my therapist has told me I'm not any good with help. I'm lost with independence. I can only blame myself. I always want to be the person that can take care of everybody. I always want to be the person that's like in charge and in control and can do everything. I was talking about there are so many of us that if that is taken away, if you are no longer the person that has to take care of everything, then are you surplus to requirements? Are you still good enough without taking care of everybody and being the person that helps all the time and being the person that's like standing, who turns up just in time and is good enough to help? There's a fear that if my cape is taking what use am I then? I'm afraid of being lonely, I can hardly comprehend. I also am an avid fan of like superheroes and comics. I loved the idea that those two things could go together. You know, Superman's cape, you take that off. Now, is he Superman or is he just Clark Kent? And does it matter if he's just Clark Kent? Isn't Clark Kent good enough without being a superhero and being Superman? And that's
Period.
what I felt. And so I feel like being a person who wants to help is partially like wanting to be a hero, wanting to always help, wanting to always be the person that saves the day. But if you take away the superpower of being able to help everyone all the time, are you still special? The answer has to be yes, because you have to want people to love you for more than the things you can do. You have to want people to love you for who you are, not what you can do.
That's
I'm
right.
the best overachiever, there's not anyone like me. And you think that was a good thing till you're told that's not healthy. You spend every waking hour working hard to write your will, patiently waiting for validation till you're empty and unfulfilled. If you've achieved, then you've achieved. Now the overachieving is for what? Is it for you? Do you want to validate yourself? Or is it for everyone else to say, look at how much this person's done, look how much you've done? Achievement is one thing, but overachieving is something else. It's like pushing to the very nth degree. And a lot of us do that. But it means that if we don't achieve, that becomes such a hard thing to deal with. It becomes such a big fall from achieving. And that isn't healthy at all. Really and truly, failures should be just things that give us the room to learn and try again. I wish that I could say.
Period. I love that. I love that. And I'm pretty sure I heard that before. That's right. Failure, if you fail, don't stop. Failure just shows you what you need to work on. Failure just shows you your problems, or I shouldn't say problems. Well, like I just said, what you failure shows you what you need to work on and shit. And obviously to never give up. Cause I'm also thinking if one door closes, another one will open up. Hell, you can have 10 doors in front of you open and all 9 of them closed, but one of them remains open. Now, 2 out of all 10 of those doors, you really wanted that. You really wanted to go there. You really wanted to work there. You really wanted that opportunity. You really wanted to study there or whatever. However, that one door remained open for you. So take that chance. You might not like it. You probably didn't want to go there or whatever. However, give it a shot. Give it a try. Give it a chance. Take your ass over there. Take your ass over there and see what's up. And then in the long run, I'm pretty sure you would have made friends, you would have made connections, you would have made connections, all that good shit. You would have learned some new things that the two that you wanted to go to, the doors that you wanted to remain open, you probably learned something that even they didn't know or they don't do.
Hey, all these feelings go away. I'm a constant work in progress, and I can't keep fears at bay. And my mind is like a record set up on auto replay. I wish that I could say all this mess might go away. Changes to, I wish that I could say all these feelings go away, because mess suggests that all of those things are bad. Feelings changes it to personal stuff that you have. Feelings aren't bad, feelings are just human. It becomes a less removed thing and more personal when you change it from mess to feelings. And now they're not just inanimate objects that are separate from yourself. They become personal things that you experience. Yeah. Intentional. Very. Whether we like it or not, helping and being the person who saves the day and being a person who can be relied on is something you can do as opposed to someone who you are. If you're a kind person who happens to be funny and is just, sweet, that's who you are, as opposed to the person who's so good at helping everybody with everyone's problems or whatever that might be. That's something you can do. If you were just a person who just is good to be around, that should be enough.
Period. Period. A big ass shout out to Miss Cynthia Erivo, baby. Yes. Yes. Dropping gems and singing. Just singing with her angelic voice. Yes, y'all. Oh, I love that. I have got to react to more genius well, what I'm interested in watching. I have to react to more genius content. And I have to react to Terrell. Shout out to Terrell, the YouTuber Terrell, baby. I gotta react to him, bitch. Shit. Cause he be like, from the looks of it, the outside looking in, he be having fun, bitch. He be having some motherfucking fun, girl. Oh my god. So yes, I have to react to him. But anyway, shout out to Cynthia Erivo. Shout out to Genius. What do y'all think? Child, do y'all agree with what she had to say? Like, is it like, did y'all just learn something? Like, what's up? What's popping? What's happening? Are y'all interested in her album? Cause yeah, she has an album. It been like she been released it late last year. I'll say yeah, pretty much late last year. But yeah, no tea, no shade. I need to give it a listen to. I need to react to it because I absolutely love her voice. I love it. And her skin glowing, flawless melanin, period. But anywho, thank y'all for watching. Thank y'all so much for stopping by. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. If y'all did, make sure y'all like, comment, share, subscribe if you want to. And also, make sure y'all love and take care of yourselves mentally, verbally, spiritually, emotionally, and physically. Bye bye. See y'all later.